Why did I say that? I shouldn't have said that. What if I had done things differently? They probably think I'm stupid. Or worse. How am I going to handle this if this goes wrong? Am I making a mistake? Why can't I just be normal? I don't know what I'm doing. I always mess things up. Why did I say that? I shouldn't have said that. What if I had done things differently? They probably think I'm stupid. Or worse. Weird. I don't know what I'm doing. I always mess things up. How am I going to handle this if this goes wrong? What if I had done things differently?
Hi there, welcome to HAKEEMAH'S, the podcast where we explore what it really means to be your best self. As always, I'm your host, HAKEEMAH, and in every episode, we talk about navigating life as a young adult. We'll talk about things ranging from lifestyle to healthcare to mental health to emotional health and everything else in between. So get comfortable and let's dive in. And like the name of this episode, today's topic is overthinking, how to get out of your own head. The first thing I would like to talk about is what actually happens in our brain when we overthink. So when we are overthinking, here's what actually happens in our brain. We activate a part of our brain called the prefrontal cortex. It is the part of our brain that is meant to be responsible for problem solving, logical thinking, and just choosing the best option for yourself. But when you're overthinking, you create some sort of a mental loop and you keep going through the same cycle of thoughts over and over again. It gives your brain that illusion that there is a problem that is meant to be fixed, whereas there is nothing, because you're just overthinking, you're just going through the same cycle of thoughts over and over. So you think that there's a problem and you keep cycling through that problem, basically those thoughts, and you keep sorting out for something that is not there, and that just gives you anxiety, and at the end of the day you get nothing done. So yeah, that's basically what happens in our brain when we think. And so now that we have a picture, let's look at another word. Here are some times that you are stuck in a mental loop. You keep replaying the same conversation over and over again. You are somebody like me now that meets somebody for the first time, and then you have a conversation with the person, and when you get home, you just keep thinking back to that conversation. I'm like, what could I have said better? What could I have said wrong? What did I say wrong? What could I have said better? I keep replaying that conversation over again, looking for problems, picking out all the flaws and all the beginning in that conversation. Then yes, you're overthinking because that conversation has already gone already fast. You cannot do anything to erase it. You're just rethinking about it, which is actually really pointless. So when you find yourself constantly revisiting what they call past conversations and trying to figure out what you could have said, well, what did he say? Try over analyzing things basically. I'm trying to say make things out of nothing. You keep picking out conversation. What did he mean by when he said this? What did she mean when she said that? That is basically overthinking. So if you're one of those kinds of people, I feel like a self-esteem thing. You're not fully confident in yourself. So you keep trying to say, what could I have said better? You still have this inferiority belief in yourself. So yeah, that's something you should definitely work on. Another situation where you can find yourself overthinking is when you're worried about things that haven't even happened yet, and most of the time it's things that are even out of our control. You find yourself worrying about things in the future, like will I make this, will I get this, will I pass the exam. That one it was even still in your control. But when you find yourself worrying about things that have not happened yet and that you cannot even control, that's just another pointless. Most of the time, overthinking is actually pointless, because what is the point of overthinking really? If you think about it, what's the point? Because at the end of the day, you get nothing out of it. You just waste your brain energy, mental energy, which is, I don't know how, it is physically draining too, because at the end of the day, you can't do anything. Your brain hurts, your body hurts, because you spend all the day worried about things that you cannot control. Why not just focus on everything else that you can control? Like you're worrying about an exam, an exam that is coming up, and you're like, life pass. Forget about the life pass. Just do your best and just hope for the best. That's saying. I don't think Gen Z says, well, do your best and just hope for the best. Or another time where you might be overthinking is when you're worrying about future situations, things that have not even happened yet, and most of the time it's things that are beyond our control, which is really saddening, because why do we waste our time and mental energy to worry about things that we cannot control? Yes, everybody likes to think about their future, everybody wants to be a success, everybody does not want to fail, obviously. But then, should you really get to the point of overthinking, especially when you can't control the outcome, especially when you should be actively doing things that should make the outcome better, not worrying about the outcome that you cannot control, that is not actively in your control. Just like, because at the end of the day, you spend most of your time thinking, and then there's nothing to show for it really. All you get is a headache, and you are mentally and physically drained, and then you can't do anything else. You're just exhausted, and you're left feeling bad about yourself and unsure and anxious and everything else that is bad. You're just feeling that, which is really, really not a good thing to feel. I don't want to feel that. I'm trying not to worry about things that are not within my control and do everything that I can control now, everything that I can do differently, and everything I can do better. I'm trying to do them now, rather than worrying about things that, like the future, that I cannot control, that are currently beyond my reach. Because I know that doing things now will make my future better, instead of worrying, wasting time and mental energy, time that I can use to do more better and productive things, on worrying about the future. And the end of the day, I can't control it. At the end of the day, I just get nothing. And you find out that life has moved on without you, because you spend all your days and all your time overthinking the outcome. And for life has moved on without you, because according to the popular saying, time waits for no one. So why not spend most of your time trying to make the best out of your life right now? Enjoy life, live life while you're living it. But you're just overthinking about the future. So yeah, most of the time we overthink about the future, which is something I feel like everybody should work on, because it really is pointless. It really is pointless. I feel like as we grow older, as we grow better, if we can start now, because when we get older, there are going to be a lot of things that will be taking up our mental energy. It's just better to learn how to pick what best takes up your mental space. You're also overthinking if you're somebody who second guesses a lot. You second guess every decision you've ever made for yourself. You think that you cannot make the right decision for yourself because you feel like somebody else, maybe your mom, your dad, your friends, would have made a better decision for you. And if everything goes wrong, then you just self-sabotage. But like I said before, overthinking is just basically tied to the past. Basically not being in the present. You're not grounded in the present. You're always thinking either to the past or to the future. That's what overthinking is now that I really think about it. Because you've already made the decision. Why are you overthinking it? You just have to, brace yourself up for whatever consequence or whatever reality that decision you've made will make you. Because second guessing yourself, you're just really messing up with your self-confidence and self-identity. Even though that people will be edge over you, because then you're never sure about the decisions you make for yourself. You have to be able to, and immerse yourself in your decision, because you made that decision for yourself and you are the best person to choose something for yourself. You know yourself best, and if you don't know yourself well enough to make a good decision for yourself, I feel like that's another thing you should work on, because making good decisions for yourself basically is just how well you can, decide that I want this thing, this is for me, this is not for me, right? So if you're somebody that second guesses a lot, that is another waste of mental energy, I guess. I think why second guess myself? I don't think that I do it a lot, and anytime I do it, I try to catch myself, catch myself before falling deeper into it, because I feel like what's the point? I already made this decision, and at the end of the day, you just end up feeling bad about yourself and feeling low confidence and all that, and that's not something I really enjoy. I'm somebody that really likes to be happy all the time, always finding something to make me happy, even if there are not a lot of things that can make me happy. I always try to find my own joy in the chaos. Whatever makes me happy, whether it's reading my favorite fan fiction. This is the first time I'm saying it online, or saying it where people will hear that I read fan fiction. But yes, I read fan fiction and I'm reading my favorite fiction, pulling up my favorite English novel, or scrolling Instagrams and reading works of people I really look up to. And yeah, those are the things. Why waste time second guessing for real? Things are already been done. You can't go back, you can't change them. Why not just be present and enjoy life as it comes? Why not just live life and with the hope that everything will be better, as long as you're actively working for everything to be better? So what are some things that we can actually do to help us, to prevent overthinking. I did research as always. I always do my research before coming here to talk about something. I like to be well equipped with knowledge without so I don't just come and be giving you guys amateur, nonsense. I like to come here and talk about do my research before I talk about something. And you'll notice there's a recurring theme in my podcast episodes now. I'm always talking about journaling. So yes, I'm going to mention journaling again in this episode because when I talk about things like this, journaling always finds a way to where it's head. You can just do a thought dump for 2 minutes, write down everything that you're feeling in that very moment, write it out, put your thoughts into a tangible substance. Just pour your feelings, pour it down to paper in forms of ink. Just pour it down to yourself. If I'm feeling pain, I'm writing pain, but I'm writing everything that pisses me off, everything that makes me angry, everything that makes me hurt, everything that makes me overthink. Just write it out. Look at it and you realize that this thing, I cannot do anything about it. Why can't I just focus on things that I can't do something about? You get, because then your feelings is something that is tangible. You can look at it and go through it, because when it's in your head, like I said, you're just going through the same loop, the same thing. But when it's in your head, you can look at it and look at it logically. When you've written it down, you can look at it and look at it logically. So journaling is always going to come up. So the more you guys try to avoid this, the more, journaling does not work for everybody. But if it does work for you, I suggest that you try it out. So another thing you can do is turn those thoughts, take those thoughts, push them away and take action. Actually take action into making your life better. I feel like life is moving so fast right now. Before you know, 24 hours is gone, then a week is gone, then a year is gone. We're already in half of 2025. It's June 1st, 2025 as I record this episode. And I feel like at the start of the year, I wanted to do so much, but time has been flying, and I did do so much. I have done so much. Well, I wanted to do more. I really wanted to have more episodes out, but I've been busy, and procrastination has been getting the best of me. But we're working on this half of the year. I'm hoping I can be more consistent. But I'm realizing that time will not wait for you. Time will move. Life will move on without you. And you will realize and just end up feeling bad about yourself. You'll realize that you haven't done anything with your time because you spend all the time overthinking everything. I did not do a lot of things because I was worried to start. That will I be good when I start? And which is really why I think I'm thinking about why HAKEEMAH, why did you do that to yourself? There's this saying now that I really find so listening. Start now and make it perfect later. So I'm starting now. I'm starting with this podcast with my, little my one ring light and my little LED light at the back of me. I'm starting and I'm hoping that it will get better, it will go bigger. I'll make it perfect later. As I get through every episode, I'll get better and you get better. You all get better and everything just, gets better. Not just, life will go on and then we'll look back and just regret that what did I do with my time? There's nothing to show for it. I don't want to be that person. I want to be the person that looks back and is super proud of myself. That yes, I did this with the time that I had. That's the kind of person I want to be. And I will be that person. I'm hoping that you can be that person. So cheers to all of us for trying to be the best version of ourselves. And I'm realizing that we should be more kind with ourselves. Yes, we are human beings, we need rest. We can't always win every time. We should be self-compassionate. I feel like we don't treat ourselves with enough care, with as much care that we give to other people. We are more compassionate with other people now than we are with ourselves. We understand people, but we don't understand ourselves. We don't give ourselves that space to feel, that space to hurt, that space to just rest. We can't always be having things going on for us. We can't always be doing things. Sometimes we just want to rest. Our pace is not the same, so you have to be kind enough with yourself to move, to start, to feel, to hurt. So realize that you are not your thoughts. So if you're even thinking anything negative, you can say to yourself that these thoughts are just passing your head. You don't have to align with your thoughts. You don't have to believe in what you're thinking. They can just be thoughts that are passing through your head in that moment. So I wish I could say more, but right now I'm out of gas and I'm out of words to say. But I really hope that what I wanted, the message I tried to pass in this podcast episode, really sticks with all of us. And every day at a time, we are becoming our best self. We are better than yesterday. We are 0.1% better. That's just really the goal, isn't it? Being better people physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, just like living life in a way that life should be lived, in a way that is fulfilling, in a way that is, inspirational, compelling, motivational, everything all. So yes, I think that's enough chatting for one night out. You guys should like, subscribe, and comment to my YouTube channel. Yeah. So follow me on Spotify, follow me on all my social media handles, and just stick with me. Let's see where you end up, where HAKEEMAH'S is going. Bye guys, I love you.